let's do this. Hello people. Another beautiful day or evening or night. Yep. Hope your five senses work, health and strength is good. What? What's up, gamers? Okay, CMA and UK government. Do you people even know video games? This CMA, Competitive Market Authority, in the UK government. Do you even know video games at all? What do you mean? What do you mean that the Nintendo Switch can't run Call of Duty? What do you mean? Let me educate you guys for a little bit. Did you know that Call of Duty was on the 3DS? Did you know that Call of Duty was on the Wii, a 733 megahertz system with Black Ops, World at War, Modern Warfare 3, and Modern Warfare 4 Reflex? Did you know? Did you know that the Wii U had Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Ghost? And the Wii U is a 3 gigahertz system with 2 gigs of RAM and external hard drive support? Did you know? So what do you mean that the Nintendo Switch can't run Call of Duty? Who told you that? Who told you that? And what physical proof do you have? And do you people even know video games? Or are you just running your mouth? Do you know video games? Call of Duty was on the 3DS, Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty was on the Wii. And Call of Duty was on the Wii U. Matter of fact, the GameCube had Call of Duty 3, if I'm not mistaken. So for you to say that Call of Duty can't run on the Switch spells collusion, because the only entity that was saying that was the FTC when they first filed their case. They tried to remove Nintendo from the picture, and they wanted to make the case just about Xbox and Microsoft and PlayStation, right? But now, since the CMA took that trip to Washington, and then Miss Barger from Pennsylvania called you out on that, and then Bobby Kotick called you guys out on it too for collusion, then you guys are lashing out. But now you're trying to take the same stance as the FTC. So you're being influenced by the FTC. Phil Spencer, you need to take the FTC and the CMA in front of Congress, or in front of the Supreme Court, because they have colluded. Call of Duty is on the 3DS. Call of Duty is on the Wii. Call of Duty is on the Wii U. Matter of fact, the 10-year contract that you just gave up, the Wii U is included, because those Call of Duty that's on the 3DS and that's on the Wii, they need to be brought over to the Wii U with all the missing content and update and take full advantage of the hardware. Yeah. So yeah, you need to take the Federal Trade Commission and the CMA in front of the Supreme Court, because they have colluded. Listen to this. CMA believes Nintendo Switch can't run Call of Duty. That is false. Says here, a few days ago, the CMA blocked the $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard due to Microsoft's potential dominance of the cloud gaming market. Microsoft is now stuck in a situation where their agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo Switch for 10 years could not cut it, as the UK government says that Nintendo Switch cannot run Call of Duty due to the lack of power. The UK government is being influenced by the FTC. But anyway, we're going to keep going here. Says here, on April 26th, the UK regulator body CMA published its 418-page conclusion on Microsoft Activision Blizzard. Following the blockade by the CMA, the enraged Microsoft president had much to say about conducting business in the UK. A spokesperson for the UK Prime Minister disagrees with Microsoft's stance, and we now know that the argument used by the CMA against Microsoft have started to come out. Microsoft offers arguments to Sony and Nintendo. No, Microsoft offers agreements to Sony and Nintendo. They had Call of Duty for 10 years. Sony ignored the proposal, while Nintendo accepted it with open arms. However, the CMA considered This agreement did not make sense for the simple reason the Nintendo Switch cannot run Call of Duty due to the lack of power. I'm going to say this again. You know what? Let me keep reading here. It says, overall, the evidence showed that the product characteristics of the Nintendo Switch are significantly different from those of Xbox and PlayStation, including its technical specification. I'm going to say this again to the CMA in the UK. Did you know that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was on the 3DS? Did you know that Call of Duty was on the Wii? Did you know that Call of Duty was on the Wii U? So where did you came up with this conclusion that Call of Duty can't run on the Switch? Did you physically test it? Did you build Call of Duty so it can run on the Switch? No, you didn't. Phil Spencer, you need to take the FTC and the CMA in front of Congress and the Supreme Court. But anyway, says here, while the CMA report acknowledged that the Switch is capable of running some major games, like Doom Eternal, overall, the regulators say the Switch does not currently offer the same suite of graphical intensive games that PlayStation and Xbox compete on, and may not be capable of offering certain graphical intensive multiplayer games such as COD. That is a bunch of nonsense. Okay? This Activision Blizzard's merger now, and the block by the FTC, blocked by the CMA, spells collusion over it. Anyway, let me keep going here. It says here, the Nintendo Switch is a 6-year-old hybrid portable console with a fragile NVIDIA Tegra chip. We understand the statement because Call of Duty is a first-person perspective multiplayer. Yeah. So is Black Ops 2. So is Ghost. So is Medal of Honor. So is Battlefield. But anyway, it says here multiplayer shooter game requiring high stable FPS for optimal experience. If Call of Duty runs on the Nintendo Wii U and the Wii, it definitely can run on the Switch. The CMA in the UK don't know video games. Let me keep going here. Says here, these arguments mean that Microsoft and its Call of Duty deal for Nintendo Switch may not work. However, Nintendo Switch has also been able to run large-scale multiplayer games like Apex Legends and Overwatch. They don't know video games. It says here, albeit with much lower graphical setting and frame rates. It says, this might allow Microsoft to raise an argument to the CMA, but that remains to be seen following the CMA's decision. Microsoft has signed more cloud game deals. The gaming giant has also received approval from the Ukraine. Previously, the Activision Blizzard deal was approved in countries like Brazil, Japan, South Africa, and let's not forget Serbia, Saudi Arabia, and Chile. Says here, Microsoft is now hoping these deals and approval will help gaming giant before the European Commission final decision next month. Phil Spencer, and to the heads at Microsoft, I'm going to say this to you right now. You guys need to see this case, see this deal all the way through, and don't back down, because the UK and the CMA is being influenced by the FTC. Bobby Kotick was the first one to bring this up. Matter of fact, Miss Barger from Pennsylvania, when she asked Miss what's her name, Ken, why she's siding with Sony, and then she said, by the end of the day, we all got our independent decision to make. But then the question become, okay, you're saying by the end of the day, we got our independent decision to make. Who is this we you're talking about? And when you say judgments with an S, that means judgment, meaning that different entities is involved. So Phil Spencer and Bobby Kotick, you guys need to see this Activision Blizzard deal through, because it spelled collusion all over it. Because the UK, the CMA, and the FTC don't understand video games. They really don't. If Call of Duty runs on the 3DS and runs on the Wii, which is a 733 megahertz system, and runs on the Wii U, of course it can run on the Switch. So Phil Spencer, you guys need to fight this and see this all the way through, because this case now spelled collusion all over it. Because the CMA and the UK now is being influenced by the FTC. The FTC was the first one to take the stance on this when they removed Nintendo from the picture, and they wanted to make this case about Microsoft and Sony. Right? They were trying to treat Nintendo like the middleman. Okay. And now the CMA is doing the same thing, and the UK is doing the same thing. So now you guys are gonna have to see this case all the way through, this deal all the way through. It spelled collusion all over it. For them to say that Call of Duty can't run on the Switch, they must be forgetting. They must don't know that Call of Duty was on the 3DS. Call of Duty was on the Wii, and Call of Duty was on the Wii U. And I think Call of Duty was even on the GameCube, if I'm not mistaken. Just saying. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the whole thing. But I'm gonna leave all the articles. I'm gonna leave all the articles from Tech for Gamers, Tweaktown, and there's one more. And you guys can read the articles for yourself, and you see all three articles what I'm talking about. But for them to come out and say Call of Duty can't run on the Switch, when Call of Duty's on the Wii U, the 3DS, and the Wii, and even the GameCube. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Or Dark Side. I'm gone. Peace.